There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents from there. So welcome my life without care.
A lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chérie, tu n'as qu'à assez ma gamme. And he's a no money, and moi, yo. And he love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. So she walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa to Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, Sanu to Bakulu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Oh, it's quite a tense situation here on Capitol Hill. Tear gas has started to be fired by the Labrador National Police. Yeah. It's quite an interesting situation here on Capitol Hill. So tense. So tense. It's so tense.
Stronger resistance. And now the protesters have been turned back by the Liberia National Police with tear gas, batons, and all of that is like put through that eye.
Keep watching, folks. Keep watching, folks. As we are bringing live happiness here from up Capitol Hill, with tussles between protesters and officers of the Liberia.
Please get out. Do I look cheap to you? 500 watts. Come and get out, please. Get out. Are you okay? Are you mad?
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents from there. So welcome my life without care.
A lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chérie, tu n'as qu'à assez ma gamme. And he's a no money, and moi, yo. And he love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv with the passion, mama life. My soul rider.
So right now, they have taken, they have crossed the boundary. If you just want to share this live video, there's a march, jaywalk. Thank you. Yeka and his colleagues. So if you just joined us, this Real TV. So the protesters have entered the grounds of the executive mansion. Right before the executive mansion, there where the protesters have come. So we're about to see this engagement. This is the entrance of the Capitol building. This is the entrance of the Capitol building. Yeka and his crew have arrived here. Yeka and his supporters have arrived.
In our friend, yes, so I was starting up behind the scene for good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well, thank God, by the grace of the Almighty God, I'm doing well. And how about you?
I'm doing great. I'm just going to be here temporarily. I'm not going to be here for the whole show. So probably I'm going to be here for an hour or a little bit over an hour.
Wonderful. Even at least by you even appearing alone, a monk and the monk. Let me see first. Where is the link? Monk Sagodo. You know, it's
oh, you didn't send a link to Monk?
Yeah, no, I was like, I just start to share at doing all of the thing. Yes. Yeah. So right now the link is already now to Monk. Monk, the link is right by your side now. So yeah, so you can now find a way in. Go ahead, Seku.
Yeah, so because I saw what was going on today, and I decided to say, you know what, let me come on and kind of weigh in based on what I saw, and let's see, where we go from here as a country. And yeah, but I'm here. It's your show, so I'm here.
So yes, indeed. Again, yeah. Thank you. Where is Monk? Is Monk? Somebody talking to the same like Monk? All right, Monk is prepared to come up. Steve too will be joining us. But again, Seku, like you said, good evening, and let me say good evening to all of our followers, our viewers, and all of our listeners. Indeed, today, if you see the topic, you see Sktv Tuesday edition of Protest Day. So that means what happening. Sometimes there are some major issues. Sometimes we forget about some of the things to talk about whenever there are major issues that are trending issue of the day. So we move straight to what happened on today. Seko, like you said, we are now living in a modern world, and everything now that we do will no longer be secret. People will watch, people will see, and they will also have their own story, or they will also have their own side to also talk about on all of the national issues, especially pertaining to Liberia. So again, today we wake up. Yeah, Monk, I did that already. Monk, check your, I don't know which one, the gadgets you're using. What maybe it is your laptop, or maybe you're using your phone. Check. As
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can send to him too.
Yes, so just do that for me to also maybe my own, because mind you, I also getting some report that there's some internet.
Maybe they are harmonizing your own.
There's some internet interference and so forth, but I'm not gonna believe that, because our post, our stuff are still moving on, but people are saying some of their posts are not going just because maybe I don't know, but again, Sekou, today is Tuesday, and we woke up this morning with Liberians, citizens, right? They are on the umbrella Citizen United to protect the Constitution or the rule of law. So I don't think it's any political, maybe party or so forth. So we don't want to, because even the government itself not link the people to any political party. So we are not linking anybody to political party, but they are citizens according to the government of the Republic of Liberia. The press release is here, and I'm going to send that also to you. So this morning we woke up this morning with some citizens, including some lawmakers from various districts, like district number 10, district number 9, and I think district number 14 or 15, like that. Yes, indeed, they were saying this morning with some citizens this morning marching their way to the Capitol Hill in the demand of the rule of law, or according to information, they went there to send out their message or their petition to the House of Representative. So we watched that this morning. I think that started since, or someone would say from 8 up to 9:30. The entire thing went other way, where there were some tear gas and so forth. But when the citizens or the people went at the Capitol Hill when the march, I think there was some scoffers, according to information, that they were wanted to enter the Capitol building, and the law enforcement officer, they are saying no, and other was saying another thing. So on that, I think maybe based on that, the police was able, or maybe they wanted to push them away or not to allow them to come closer. So again, and we saw that today, it was indeed chaotic. There are a lot of tear gas, because my use or Seko myself, I witnessed the shooting of tear gas 20 that was June 7 protest, I think between 2020 or 2019 June 7 protest. Myself, I was once upon a time with the kind of protest team going there to cover up, so I know what happened. But today it was very chaotic, and the protesters, they were able to find their way home, find their way out of the premises of the Capitol Hill or the Capitol building. And at the end of the day, the police or the joint security took complete control of the entire Capitol building, including the executive mansion, and the police RG also, including some senior police officer. They came at the end, and they said there were no live bullet was sent out or shoot out to any citizen. So they said it was only tear gas and so forth. But again, there are other citizens that have been wounded, and even as we speak, there are also latest report that some of the protesters are now sleeping behind bars tonight. They were sent to the Maneuver City Court. For what reason, we don't know. But after that, the Maneuver City Court sent them to the Maneuver Central Prison, including the former president, Sekou Carrasco. So I think in numbers, people are also talking about there are 20, others are saying there are 14. So there are some protesters tonight that will be sleeping behind bars as we speak. So these are questions that have been coming into the mind.
Hopefully, we will get Mabon back. There was some interruption there. So, Monk, man, what's going on while we with Mabon?
Nothing much. I'm just sitting here relaxing, monitoring the White Tuesday episode happening in Liberia. And it's kind of a fun, the one thing I know in life, when you don't know where you are going, when you have a clear purpose and a destination in life, you will know exactly what to do. Every day you wake up from bed, you will know the specific action you must take to get you to where you want to go. In the case of Liberia, we don't know where we are going. We don't know where we want. So at the end of the day, it will just be one problem after another. And I listened to the people, some of the petition, the issue in the petition. The protest is disjointed. I think it's a waste of time because people must understand that I always say you have the right under the Constitution to protest. That's your God-given right. It's an inalienable right as a citizen of a country, not only constitutional requirement. But at the end of the day, the police is also given the full backing of the Constitution to restore law and order, to protect lives and property, and to make sure the state is operating and functional. So the people who went out there today, I know it's mostly politically inclined when it comes to this whole protest. And most like I didn't see people from Liberty Party or from the ANC. This thing is mostly political. That's the picture. That's the reality. And I know it's not going anywhere. It would just be few people will get in the street here. Some people will get injured. At the end of the day, they will go back to business as usual. I don't expect anything to come from this protest.
So,
I just
so are you repeating what we said before?
yeah, it's the same old thing. I don't know what Seku. Some people just have to accept reality. It's just part of human nature. You're seeing something happening with no end in sight, and you just don't want to accept the fact that you are not going anywhere. I mean, come on, what can we say, my brother? We gotta keep observing.
You know, almost 2 weeks ago, I predicted. We predicted on here, you and myself and other people, even though Steve was on the other side. We predicted everything. We gave a forecast of what could happen, what could potentially happen in the near future, especially when it comes to the political activities in Liberia. We said that everything will happen and the people, they will not do anything. And if you look at, I want to say this when I'm on the radio, because if you look at what happened, what just happened, it's like nothing happened. You know, you saw protest in Kenya
Mhm.
recently.
Yeah.
You saw protest in South Korea.
Yep.
When we see protesters, we know.
We know. Oh my
And when you
God.
see a protest, they can move needle or they can even move a mountain, you will know. You know, attention seekers, people who want to get the people attention to say, oh yeah, this person was, you know, in the front of this particular action. That's what it's all about. But I did not see Liberians actually protesting as if to say something happened. Handful of people,
Yeah.
headed by Yeka Koluba and few of the CDC lawmakers who were angry because they are suspended for the right reason or wrong reason, whatever it was, but
Mhm.
they are protesting because they are suspended. They want to get away, they want to go back. But to see Liberians getting on the street, I even saw somebody talking about, yeah, Melbourne, welcome back.
Yes, indeed. We sincerely apologize for the break in. Sometimes this thing happen due to
It's okay. Yeah. So,
yeah. So yeah.
yeah, thank you. So we're saying something.
Mm.
What we saw today is not of protest that can move needle, let alone speaking of a mountain. This is not a protest that can change anything in the political climate. Because why? It was as expected. Handful of people, few CDC lawmakers, including the district number 10 lawmaker, Yeka Koluba. We predicted this, that they would come. Few people go on the street, they would tear gas down, and then they will run away. Few will be arrested, and the rest will go free them, a day later. We said that here on Sktv. When you want to protest, you protest. You don't want to protest, just stay home. All those gaslighting protests, just to act like you're doing something, but you're not doing anything. How many people came on the street today? I can't even. My own estimation, I don't think it even reached 5,000 people.
Where you
Maybe
got 5,000? You're talking about the first 1,005. What you talking about 5,000?
Because I wasn't there, so I'm just saying. So it can't even. Okay, what kind of protest you have in your country?
But the first thing we have to establish as to what are they protesting for. Then you will know as to the number of people.
Maybe I'll get there. Let me just say what I want to say. First of all, I saw somebody with a placard saying, this is going to be Boakai Kun step down protest. You can't even get the first 2,000 people on the street. That Joseph Boakai and Kun will step down. Also, this also shows that everything will be saying all along. CDC is no longer the CDC that you knew. CDC is no longer the CDC that we know before. And now, CDC is on a life support as a political party. CDC is being destroyed from within. CDC is divided. Where did you see today Jefferson Koji and all the other youth leak?
Yeah, that's what I expected.
in the front of how many other people that you saw there that you could really see, this is a real protest. This is a test, a litmus test for the CDC party. I'm now actually praying for chaotic thing. But if you want to protest. You don't want to protest, don't protest. Somebody can say, one person can protest. That's true. One person can protest, two people can protest just to send a message. But a protest that can move government in Africa to take action or to even run away, they're not on here. Even in the Western world, 2 or 3 people can go and stand and protest. You see media people coming there to talk to them. They will carry the message. Then the media in the country will start to talk about them. But in Liberia, everybody taking side. Whether you are protesting for the right reason or the wrong reason, you need number in Africa, especially in Liberia in particular. If you want to have a protest, a meaningful protest, you must have people supporting you. But if you're protesting, you don't get a number. You don't have people getting on the street in their numbers to protest. It will go nowhere. So what I'm trying to say here, in short, to the Baka government, they know very well they the one can threaten a government, or they the one can threaten, any other institution in Liberia. People will cave in and they will have their will. But nobody else can try it. And honestly speaking, let me say this to Liberian people who are listening. If this was a real protest, you don't need any confrontation with the government. You do not need any confrontation with the police to say, oh, somebody talking like, like some kind of commentator. Oh, you can call by a movie. Hey, you can call by Safoko. Hey, they are penetrating. The police
Like a
must
soccer
have
commentary, right?
Yeah, some kind of soccer commentary. No, that's not what. Because those guys, they want their name to be called. They want people to say, yeah, their person was in the forefront of this. No, that's not protest. Get enough number of people out. You had the police protection. Get to where the police put the barricade. Stay there. You don't have to go through it. Guess what? The longer you stay there, that the police put them do, the longer they will stay. They're not going to move on you. You stay there forever. But that kind of, they don't want to go to create a scene to attack the police people, to attack the police people position, so they can tear gas them, so they can pour hot water on them, so they can say, oh, the government is doing X, Y, and Z. It happened in Joe, we are time. Joe, when people were protesting, they were stationed in one place. It was Joe government that went and attacked the people, start kicking their cooking pot and wasting hot water on them. But this time around, you want to be the one, and you want to be the aggressor on the police. And the police, they are under obligation to restore law and order. Especially, I listen to the police IG. Everybody know I'm not a fan of Joseph Boakai government. So if I'm sounding like I'm supporting them, if you think that way, that's up to you. But I'm just speaking from experience and from what I saw. And I listen to the police IG. They give them protection, go all the way, close to the capital. All the way to the capital. But they want to go inside the capital. For what? You don't want the world to know you are there. You want your person to be felt. Stay there, stay where you are. Dancing, singing, do whatever you are doing there, but don't give them noise. Make real enough noise. You don't have to attack nobody. You don't have to say, I got to penetrate through the police barricade. I got to go through the police. No, you don't have to do that. A real protest would be have good number of people there, have a mission to achieve. You are there. We want, for example, you want financial cover to be restored because you believe financial cover will remove illegally. You stay there. They put them, you make the play, uncomfortable for them today. You come there tomorrow. You come there the day after tomorrow. And again, and again, and again. If you really think what you do, you don't have to throw any stone. You don't have to burn tires. You don't have to break anybody's car. You don't have to break into anybody's store. Just come there and station there. Be sinking, providing water and drinks to other people, even food. You stay there. You'll be beating your drum. They will know you're serious. But people will go to attack the police just to create a scene. So the people will say the police now brutalize the person, the police now kill the police. That will always happen in protest. Especially protest that is turned violent. Especially the government that is dug in. They know that they can do anything to anybody in Liberia and nothing can come out of it. They know that. So all you want to do is you want to send a real message to the international community and the world at large. All you need to do a peaceful protest. Assemble in front of a place where you went. They allow you to go all the way down there. You have police protection from Cinco from all the way to the place where you went. Just stay there. Even you could just stay walking on the streets of Monrovia, make the whole city, uncomfortable. Embarrass the traffic. You're walking on the street, you're not throwing anything. You're walking, sinking, dancing. Let me tell you something. That'll go on for 1 day. It goes on for 2 days, 3 days. The international community will know something going on in the country. It doesn't have to be violent. And you got no reason to tell people what you're protesting for. If you're not satisfied, you're not satisfied. If you're not satisfied the way the president is running the country, you have the right to get on the street. You're not satisfied with the president. You want him to resign. Or you're not satisfied with the fact that financial cover will remove, you believe will remove badly, then remove him, and then go there and protest. But to actually get handful of people thinking that will move this government, that will make them to change anything, you are wasting your time. Maybe you want to say something, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just like the way you put it, but I just want to clarify this that this protest, I think, on today have nothing to do with any political party, like I said from the beginning. So I don't want us to maybe for people to say, oh, the people talking about CDC. No, this is not about CDC, ANC, or any protest, but some CDC members, some ANC member, and some even the party or rescue followers was they were also seen at that protest ground. But the way you put it, that's the right thing to do, Seku. And let me just join to say the way to protest is not about you, saying those kind of more insulting words, saying the kind of more things like you are, that's the only way that people will know that you're protesting. No. So today, even the health workers, they protest today. And guess what? Most of the health facilities are all closed. Most of the health facilities today, as we speak, they are all closed and they are serious embarrassment, serious tension now because you imagine a sick patient go to the hospital and nobody there to treat you, everywhere closed. Do you know what's going to happen next? So these are kind of protests that we're talking about, not a 1990 or 1970 protest where people will continue to be wearing racks, continue to be insulting, continue to be saying what they want to say in the name of protesting. So let me join you. But again, I think today's protest was clear. It was not about any political party showing strength or any political party taking their side. But again, let me just say this quickly before more come in. Those people who was once upon a time, quote unquote, or suppressed yesterday, they are the one now tend to oppress them. That's the kind of system that or the trend Seku that have been saying for 2006 up to now. Whenever the new government come in, see the government officials on the social media. Seku, what's your take on some of the government officials on the social media that comments, their posts, and so forth? This thing, they are not encouraging at all, Seku. Even if
Neighbor.
Yeah.
Neighbor, if you ask me about government officials' comment and their behavior and what they do, we'll be beating on a dead horse. We have said it. We have qualified Joseph Boakai and Joseph Boakai government a long time ago. Joseph Boakai government is a total failure. But with the Liberian people not ready to hold Joseph Boakai and people accountable. That's the problem. Liberian people are not ready, and when you say they protest had nothing to do with CDC, their protest had everything to do with CDC. Because you know what? It was a CDC. It's a CDC lawmaker who was removed with the help of sedition to remove him. So a lot of ordinary people are not even encouraged to even join the protest because it's like CDC kind of suffering from self-inflicted wounds. Sedition helped to remove Fanatic Kofa, whether legally or illegally, but sedition orchestrated the removal of this guy. So, if CDC politicians can do that, ordinary people say, you know what, they put in the other thing. I'm not going to waste my time. You listen to Liberia Hope Vice President going to appear on a talk show by phone call. Somebody call you abruptly. No plain interview, nothing whatsoever, no discussion, simply because that particular station helped them get elected. So they have unlimited access to all of them and do anything or say anything to them at any time, including the president. So Joseph Boakai and his government, they are already a failure. They are disgrace. The fact that Joseph Boakai can succumb to Stanton Witherspoon, a confessed and a convicted criminal. The fact that the phone number of the vice president of the nation is available to this guy at his disposal at any time. Call him on the talk show and interrogate him to say something. So the issue of Joseph Boakai in government, we already qualified them. They are failure. But people who elected them, they still back them, they still support them. People who did not vote for them, they still feel like they are okay. They're doing good. If Liberian people, Liberian people is serious, it is really feeling that Joseph Boakai is not performing well, if Joseph Boakai is not doing good, they will have taken advantage of this particular situation and got on the street that could lead to the betterment of their life. But no, they're not going to do that. We projected this before. 1 person, 2 person, 3 people can, protest. But the impact is what you should look at. So if you have 1 person protesting, 2 people protesting, you have an impact, but it's not going to be equivalent to 100,000 or 200,000 people protesting. You're not going to get the same desired, outcome. So to call law matter short, all the things the people are saying, they even mocking government officials, mocking the protest. Trust me, if they protest for real protest, they think they'll be mocking. They'll be looking for their head. They'll be hiding in the corner. Let me tell you something. If 200,000 people got out, even 100,000 people were out today, how many police over there? Let's say you even decide not even to confront the police, but let's assume that the way those guys decided today to go through the barricade of the police, you have 100,000 people there. You just walking. The police will run away. They will run away because you have to understand, police people, they got family, they got friends, they got brothers and sisters. So when you have a lot of people on the street moving on them peacefully, they don't have the mind to attack the whole people. No, they're not going to do that. And this could degenerate into something else. If the unrest is too much, and people are not really police not keeping up in keeping the people around, those lawmakers are going to run away from that place. If you have 100,000 people on the street today, they walk into the capital, the lawmakers they're going to run away from there. The police are going to run away. Guess what happened? The country will become ungovernable. Then there were other people, other security people, the soldier people could say, you know what, this year enough is enough. Mr. President, if you're not going to go talk to the people, we want one peace in the country, we don't want any more problem. Then so other people could join in, they could tell the president to resign. But those things cannot happen out of the vacuum.
Yeah, because I think
who's saying, okay, do this. Go ahead. Because
so I think I agree with you on some, but again, Sekou, let's look at the fear tactics. Let's look at the insecurity. Let's look at the protection of the people. Even right now, as we speak, those people who were seen today on the streets, right, that was arrested by the Liberia National Police and sent to court. What was their crime? But today they'll be sleeping in jail tonight.
What was the crime? The government will say they violated the law by attacking the police. They violated the law by going through the police barricade. So let me tell you something. All the fear that you're talking about, that's why you don't have to protest if you don't need to. You don't have to get on the street if you don't need to. You don't have to do anything. You can't get it both ways. You either do it or don't do it. That's the point.
So that leads to my follow-up to my follow-up question to you to what you just said is that in case on what you are saying too, sometimes there will be another or maybe financial implications, right? So like for example, if these people who are been hurt, quote unquote, for years in, years out, and they want to come out to tell the government how they feel, sometimes like we are measuring some political parties now, people will be thinking that, oh, it's ANC that's trying to give popularity, from 2006.
Yeah, but let me tell you this. This is why we have been saying. This is what we've been saying all along. I said if opposition want to gain traction, especially if CDC, being the major opposition political party in Liberia, want to gain traction. They should not be fighting as if to say they're not fighting to bring Jawia back to power. Nobody going to follow them with that. If they want to fight to bring Jawia to power, nobody will support you on that. Because now everybody happy with Jawia, nobody happy the way Jawia perform. Listen. We don't do that. I don't want you to cut me off. Let me just conclude my thought, then you can ask question. CDC, being the major political party in Liberia, opposition political party in Liberia, everything about them is George Weah. If CDC were fighting for rule of law, CDC were fighting to make sure that there's peace in the country, that the government is doing the right thing. If that was the fight, it will not look like a CDC fight. You're going to see other political parties, political leaders, political actors from other political institutions. But the fact that CDC fighting for CDC to bring Jawia back to power, nobody will take CDC seriously, including myself. Like I told you, I'm not against CDC, but the fact that CDC think that you can bring Jawia back, taking us backward again, the country been going backward over and over and over. The CDC fight to say, let me tell you something. Come 2029, if Joseph Boakai is no longer in the picture, somebody else running for United Party to be president, somebody else running for to be president other than George Weah, I can make decision to support either one of those parties. I don't care. I don't care about party. I care about people. But people who are failure themselves, people who you have tried, giving them the opportunity and they fail the country, the chaos, the murder that happened under Jawia government, the corruption that happened. Like we are seeing right now under Joseph Boakai government, for anybody to think about people like that to come back to be president of our country, then you're not serious. So if you're going to be, let me just remember, all the things that get political implication. If CDC was open to say, you know what, we just keep from power, we don't care about who could become president, who not become president right now. All we're going to make sure Joseph Boakai you remove us. So we're doing the wrong thing. Now Joseph Boakai is not doing the right thing. Take the lead as the bigger opposition political party in Liberia right now. People will follow you. But you're fighting to bring Jawia back. Jawia who just came from there. The bad memories stay in people's mind. The auditors, people still remember them. The mysterious death of people, Matthew Ennis, Ada Flores, all the people that died. The dead body they will be found in cemetery. People still remember those things. Jowia's statement that auditor then were having sex in the car. That's what they get killed. People still remember those things. So CDC should stop promoting Jawia coming back to power. Fight for the rule of law. Fight for justice. Fight for equality. Fight for better life for the people. They worry about who to become president later on. But if you stay campaigning that, oh, Joe, we are going to be president, the CDC will die eight natural death. You're seeing it now. CDC were not comfortable enough. Where was Jefferson Koji? Where were all the other people, all those Amanda Awetu people? Where are they? How come they were not saying today? They said they would defend the CDC with their sweat and blood. Where were they today? Now CDC lawmakers has been, removed by the power that be, and they are protecting their action. So, Mong, I will get back to you. I think whatever happened today is like nothing happened. It's not going to change anything. And those people who were arrested, according to the police IG, he said 70 people. 70. He said there were 70 arrests. But he's still saying he doesn't even have the list of people who were arrested. He doesn't know. Guess what? They said they will be forwarded to court. And you ask why they send them to court. There's a law. When you arrest people, You don't keep them to the police station for more than 24 or 48 hours. You charge them, you send them to court, and the court will make a decision how they can protect them. So I think that's what they did.
Okay.
But let me ask you, Mabel, how many people can fit in the Monrovia Central Prison? If you have 100,000, 200,000 people on, how many people can arrest to keep them in the police station? How many people they can arrest to keep them in the Central Prison? How many people can fit there? 50,000? 25,000 people there?
No.
Labrador are not ready yet. When Labradors are ready, they will take action.
We're going to finance all of these things. They're where whenever money come in, because I really want to ask you about like you want us to switch the entire conversation to
Mabel,
yeah.
If you talk about financing protests, nobody should protest. You're not forced to protest. You are protesting out of passion. You are protesting because you're going through certain things. But you're looking for a hero. You're looking for a sponsor. You're looking for somebody to give you money, to give you rest, to give you this and that. That means you're not ready yet. That means nothing happening to you. You're okay.
So when somebody want to
protest,
Sekou, so on what you are saying, not just or maybe take today happening as a key theory or maybe something. So if something maybe something happening, someone is wounded, who's going to take care of them?
The government.
Liberia government.
Anything happening in the country, the government. Yeah, the government is responsible. That's why, if you're not ready, don't do anything. If you're ready, and let me tell you, if one person is wounded, that will motivate more. That will motivate 10,000 people. If one person is killed, that will motivate 100,000 people to go on the street because they're angry, because they're not happy, because they want to stand for themselves. My man, freedom is not free. Either do it or don't do it. If you're happy with your situation, stay there. If you're looking for somebody to come sponsor you, to pay you money to go protest, stay home. If you're worried about being wounded, you don't have to go protest. In fact, you don't have to do a violent protest. Get on the street in your number. You don't have to be confrontational. You don't have to attack police. You don't have to burn cars. You don't have to do anything. Your guy ignore people on the street. They're not going to arrest 10,000, 100,000 people to go put them in jail. The police potential will run away. That's the point I'm making. You don't need anybody. The way you're thinking, people have to send boy got to be there to sponsor protests, to do that. That's how the protest can be compromised in Liberia. Because you have point men, you have one or two people sponsoring, they are the one leading the protest. They will be calling behind the scene. Yeah, you're doing something. We'll call the people, we'll call the protest off. That's how June 7 was compromised. That's how the other protests were compromised, because you have the protest was planned by some criminal-minded people who themselves are criminal, and what they did, when they compromised, they took money, leaving the people on the street. That's why you don't need anybody to tell you to protest. You protest out of anger, out of passion. If things are not going well in your country, you see reason to protest, you protest. If you don't see any reason to protest, don't protest. Stay home and be happy with your life. Mom, come in. You can come in.
Well, I think you said it all, and that's it. For me, I keep saying on the show that you got two distinct organs in your body. You got a heart and you got a brain. If you don't know how to use them and when to use them, you will always run into problems. Protests are spontaneous and natural. People fight for just causes. In the case of Liberia, everything is political before they can even understand their own causes. So you will never get any result. That's why I gave my warning to Yeke on the show. I said, Yeke, let me tell you something. People love you for your advocacy. People respect you because you are consistent, but know how to pick your fight. You got nothing in this fight if you can really, really sit back and analyze what's happening. You are investing too much political capital in this fight. And there's a useless fight that you're not going to win because that's a standard. And Sekou, that's why we talked about the Kenyan protests on the show for almost 4 days in a row. Kenya set a precedent that other African countries can follow. It was about a just cause. When you're fighting for causes, you don't look at who leading the protest. You're not looking for a hero. You are looking at the cause. That's why people leave their homes, their family, and go to protest. You're talking about your petition call for sluggish economy. You're talking about hardship, bad governance, the violation of the rule of law, judicial independence. Okay, those stuff, they must sound pleasing to the ear. But look at the people who are selling this protest. First of all, before you even engage in a protest, you got to get feedback from society in general. That's why I said we talk about numbers. Politics is a numbers game. When you don't have the number in anything, don't waste your time. Because even the police, that's why people resign. That's why people leave offices. Because if you bring people to a protest and there is an overwhelming or national consensus throughout the country that people are mad or fed up with certain moves by the government, that's why I encourage them to protest. Even the police will go and tell those legislators, you know what, bossman, whether you're president or vice president, call it quit. Because the vast majority of the country, or even more than half of the country, they are against some of your policies. That's how protests work. You can't pull Carrasco on camera like if you're talking about bad governance and corruption and the protection of democracy and judicial independence, and you really wanted to go protest in Liberia, and you see Carrasco being arrested or your CDC lawmaker, why make you think you're being inclined to even go protest? Those people should be the ones setting the. I mean, like, how do you even make the case? You will believe that this is nothing but it's a politically motivated protest, that they are not for just causes. Matter of fact, the people who are even selling the protest to you, the face of the protest, like, you know what, it's not even worth my time. It ain't worth the effort, the energy. And one thing I keep saying on SKTV, our politicians in Liberia, they understand the people they are dealing with. So they are under no pressure to do anything differently. They will keep doing what they keep doing, and you will keep getting the same old result, because we are not ready to change. That's why I say we don't know where we are going. We don't know what we want. Because if Liberians actually know what they want and which direction they want to take that country, trust me, they will know who to pick every election cycle. You won't tell them, because when you know where you are going and you know what you actually want, you will know who is capable of taking you there. That's just how it is. So that's it. Nothing going to change. And for the people who talking about, because I know it's mostly fanatic COFA related stuff that is disguised like a protest, and you look at the people who are in the front of the protest, you know exactly where it is. You cannot be filing for a bill of information because we told you yet. The answer you so want from the Supreme Court when it comes to the legislative impact, you will not get it from the Supreme Court. It's a waste of time. So you keep contradicting yourself by saying, oh, we filed a bill of information to the Supreme Court, while the same putting on the street to go and protest. My brother, you are confusing yourself. You are not going anywhere. Think about your transition. Think about what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it will be business as usual. Those guys will conduct business because they have the numbers. That's why the Constitution gave them that authority, and nothing is going to change. That's a global standard. When you want to be a leader, when it comes to legislative impasses, Supreme Court do not interfere. They will walk a tight line on the rope. They will interpret the constitutional aspect, the political aspect. They will never interfere in it. And if you don't have the numbers in legislative game, you can kiss it goodbye. You will never get the answer that you want. So the daily Liberian people really get serious for moving the country forward when they know where they want to go and what they actually want. People will do things naturally and spontaneously. Other than that, every protest will die or natural death. Mr. Khan, let me get you one case in point. When the World Bank and the IMF report came out that Liberia, one of the poorest countries in the world, at the average that more than 3/4 of our people are living below the 150-cent mark, when the ANC people came out with a tire suffering rally, you look at our country that more than 75 to 80% live below the poverty line. And somebody came out with a protest and said, no, the president that is in power, he's not capable of turning this economy around with tire suffering. What was the response from that rally? They didn't show up, even though the entire country know that things tough.
No, now when they show, they say they undermine it.
Yeah, they say you are undermining the government, and you want to talk about protest? Come on, man.
They want the opposition when you undermine that protest.
Yeah.
So that's funny. The Jowia government was a failure. For which Joseph Barker was running to be president, Commies were running to be president. You know, the Tiawan Ganglos and the rest of the people. Then one group of Liberians said, we want to do a rally ahead of the election. We say we tire stuff.
Yeah.
Let's put people out. Then you have one group of people, Unity Party people, and Henry Costa and other clowns.
Yeah.
They went and said people shouldn't go and participate in that.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Because it was about promoting Alexander Cummings.
Because they were promoting Alexander Cummings. So it was not about Liberian people actually suffering, even though they were suffering. But you shouldn't go protest, even though you're suffering, but you might not go protest though. Because when you protest right now, say you're suffering, you'll be promoting Cummings. Guess what? That without suffering protest die.
Yeah, it died natural death.
Natural death.
So,
So right now in Liberia, when Liberian people are ready, when they are ready to take action on their government, when they're ready for their government to take action, trust me, nobody will tell you. You will see it for yourself. You will see the vibe. You will feel it in the country. Just imagine the last time few women here and there all over the country, boom, military women are protesting. This one, the whole country was shut down in a split second. Guess what? The president acted. So, Liberian people, if you ask 10 people right now, or 100 people in our protest, what are you protesting for? Some of them will not even tell you why.
They can't tell you.
Because they told them to go protest. They're not protesting because they want to protest. Somebody told them to go protest. Somebody give them $20,
Yeah.
to so that you give $100 to one person to bring 1,000 people.
Mm.
So that you give $500 to another person, maybe you bring 3,000 people from your community. So that kind of protest, where you expect that kind of protest to go? People finish taking the money, they're not doing it out of passion, they're not doing it out of conviction, but they finish taking the money from you, they want to show up. By the time the police show fair, the first person that will run away for that, put in the head.
And all the men doing for fair part the obligation because he showed up.
And the motorbike too, they not be exposing people. By the time you know, another person that join the motorbike, they're going for regroup.
Well, yeah. So let me quickly inform the team that we will not be able to go for the news break. So we're going to continue with the show up to 8 o'clock. But I don't know what Mark, I just want to chip in on what Mark was saying and ask him a few questions. Because Mark said that somebody protest, politicians shouldn't be part of it. And he said, or if I talk about the retired suffering campaign or rally, and which of course we saw some politicians too, they were also part of it. So Mark, Liberia is like a little cycle where you see that the politicians, they are back to back into everything the citizens do. Now you are saying that the politicians shouldn't be part. So who do you think that are going to maybe muster the courage and lead some of the protests that you are talking about today, that the citizens or the politicians shouldn't be part, or maybe political parties shouldn't be part?
No, I didn't say politicians shouldn't be part of protests. I say when you are protesting, certain phases you will see it suck the momentum out of the protest because you know it's politically induced. They are not fighting for causes. That's why Sekou talk about numbers and the pop.
Oh, Mom, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, Mom, we're not getting you.
Hello, you guys can hear me?
Yes, go ahead. We'll get you now.
Oh, I didn't say politicians shouldn't participate in protests. I said there are certain politicians, when they enter into the protest, it just suck the momentum of the protest and the essence of the protest. That's what I said initially. So, because Mr. Cannon said it, I think he covered the entire basis on this particular subject matter. Protest got to be spontaneous. It got to be for just causes. When people got a feeling that it's politically induced, it sucked the whole idea that why should I go and risk my life out there? Let me tell you something. I don't want to be the one to be picking winner and loser when it comes to politics. I'm just saying this thing that is happening. The reason I say it's politically motivated because they face it, the people that show up on the protest, and even the petition that is being filed, the cases that they keep making for this protest, it just diminishes the protest itself. That's why I said if you're talking about anything about judicial independence and you're talking about protecting democracy and sluggish economy, that's how I brought it. We tire suffering protests. And the fate of the protests are all CDC lawmakers. Why make it in the ordinary person will be inclined to go and protest, knowing fully well, knowing about our history? Let me tell you something. Politics is show business and it's a visual game. It's optics. Let me tell you something, Maybe that certain thing you can see, it just take the energy away from you. If this thing was spontaneous, it will happen all over the country. It will bring out the numbers and people started hearing about in the community and getting engaged. You will get a whole different result. But at the end of the day, this thing is not about causes. It's about people. Look, Politicians always want more power and more control. That's all they do. They will do everything to push their own interests. And at the end of the day, when people cannot side with them for greater causes, you won't get the result from a protest. It becomes like a paper tiger. That's why I want you to call about popularity is also a diminishing commodity, my brother. Pick your fight, because there will be a time that we'll have just causes to fight for. And when you tell people to come and protest, they won't want to protest because of the same reason we are mentioning on the show. You don't want to politicize every protest for your own personal gain. Because for sedition, their calculation is once Joseph Boaga is unpopular, automatically Joshua gain relevance. That's the idea. Do you want me to believe that they are protesting for judicial independence? Is that why you want them to sit there and believe? No, that's not the case. That is not the case. You want me to sit here and believe that CDC want to protect democracy? Maybe stop the joke. Let go. I mean, let me get you guys. You're coming. I will stop there. I will stop there for now.
Yeah. So I have a question for you and Sekou. The thing you are saying, because literally you people are not saying that, or especially you, Monk, you are saying that maybe the politicians they don't been doing well when it comes to politics or maybe protests. You see?
Okay, we're not hearing for a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So I was like asking, saying that you and Monk, literally the two of you are saying that maybe the politicians they have not been successful when it comes to the issue of protest, or maybe impacting the life of the people on everything that they've been advocating for back to back and so on. And you even mentioned about the retired Sovereign Rally. And that rally, one of the face on that rally was
Louis Brown.
Louis Brown, good. So Louis Brown was one of the face on that retired Sovereign Rally, and that also shared with a lot of people saying, no, Louis Brown, one of the old wine in new bottle. So now I move to my question to you and Sekou. So should we now depend on the religious people, maybe to be leading online to protest? Because if you are saying, or if two of you are saying that no need for maybe for politicians' faces to be seen on some of the protest, then because some of our advocates, they are coming quickly to a second, because some of our advocates, they are also politicians in disguise.
Okay. I don't know if I say anything when it comes to the politicians showing their faces. But I think what Mom was saying, maybe he explained it, but maybe he didn't get it. People who are bad, people who are corrupt, people who were corrupt yesterday, people who stole from people yesterday, people who legally removed other people yesterday, people who imprisoned other people yesterday for no reason, people who were corrupt yesterday. If they're getting on the street, they say they're fighting against corruption, people will laugh. Nobody will follow them because people think they are jokers. People who imprisoned other people yesterday for no reason, when they got on the street that they are protesting against other people going to prison, people will laugh at you and say you are not a serious-minded person. People who illegally removed other people yesterday, if you try to say you're fighting for the rule of law, because the people will laugh at you. You think we're stupid? We know who you are. But if these were ordinary people getting on the street for all the reasons mentioned, people will listen. People will follow. That's the point Mom was trying to make. If you want to talk about corruption, CDC just got flogged and removed from power for being corrupt. Just yesterday. People still remember those things. So bringing CDC coming on the street, they say we are protesting against corruption. People will say, well, what's wrong with you? You just the same people. You corrupt, you're the other guys. The point here, Mabon, the problem with protesting, like the question, to answer your question directly, nobody should be telling people to protest. People will protest when they're supposed to protest. People will get on the street when they are hurt. People will get on the street when they're tired, suffering. People got on the street when the government is, treating them badly. But if the people, if they don't want to protest, that means they're okay. You let them be. So if you force them, that means you are the one telling them to protest. They are fine with the situation. The point we're making here, their particular protest is orchestrated and planned by CDC, so CDC, because they feel that this guy was removed illegally, so they won't put the guy on the street so that the government will see reason to do otherwise. But if the people don't feel that way, you will not get the number of people that you need to change anything. That's the point. So it seems like at this point, Joseph Boaga government, they are very popular. They're doing anything they want to do, and Liberian people are okay with it. In fact, Liberian people are not suffering. Liberian people are enjoying the government they have right now. The only people who are complaining are the people who have been affected directly, who have some relationship with CDC and Fanatic Kofa. But Liberia, by and large, they are enjoying. They got a good government. Everything's good for them. They see no reason to go on the street. When they see a reason to go on the street, definitely they will come on the street. That's the point we're making. Nobody can tell people to leave to go protest. If you tell somebody to go protest, and they say, no, we don't want to go protest, that means they're okay, they're fine. Or they're afraid. And you can't tell somebody, say, you don't be afraid. You go, that's only happy to them, then you're responsible. So anybody that you say they want protest, you can go protest. But if you have enough people, if you have enough people angry, by the time Melbourne cried just now, oh, they not attack me, oh, people will take that reason. Let me tell you, people were so angry with your government to the extent. Costa was right here in Delaware. Costa said, y'all go attack the hospital where, that get where, what he said.
Chestin Taylor.
You go there. You saw the anger in people because they really wanted to get at the Jovial government. People were angry so much. Oh, let go protest. But when people got to know that their protest is not about Costa, it's about our anger, it's about our well-being. When Costa said, I'm going to go to the immigration tomorrow, I need 1,000 people there. 11 people show up. Because it's not about Costa. They don't care. They know Costa is not credible. But they got angry. They got on the street the first time, the second time, the third time because they were angry. They have passion and reasons to.
Who were these people? These people were they having any political affiliation or were they?
No, we were talking about ordinary people. That was ordinary people. When Costa, let me tell you, when Costa, the people can take advantage of people's anger. When people are angry for something going on, they want to take action. People will follow them. But people are angry. But if you say by yourself, Costa tested his own popularity. When Costa said, I'm going to immigration tomorrow, the way people indicted me. I want you all to go there. 1,000 people, I want you all to go there. 1,000 people tomorrow. 11 people show up. So that is to tell you, the June 7 was not about Costa. It was not about who telling them to go, but they were angry for the manner in which things were happening in the country. So Jola Parker government still doing good. People not happy. People not mad at them here. They still doing good. Labrador people are still happy with Jola Parker government, and they are doing good. When they get angry, the people they will take action. Even
tell people you come here. I want to ask you a question when we're talking about causes and protests, right? If you come to Sktv, being you run operation from studio in Liberia, and you give a GAC report that says that more than $88 million got missing from your finance ministry of accountability without receipt to validate transaction, and people can't get mad. There is no righteous anger in the country on anything. You want me to believe that judicial independence will bring people on the street?
Right. Yeah, so to that question, but quickly saying I have that opportunity. I mean, respectfully disagree with what I say to say most of the people they were genuine. I mean, be frank, most of the people they were following people. They were followers of so many political of so many politicians. Like for example, Darius Dillon, they were supportive of even because even the United Party. The United Party came second in the 2017 elections. So most of the people that were saying yesterday, acting like they were so angry, where are they today? That means they were not independent on what you are saying. Because if you were independent into your anger, that's going to be showing now. But because you were doing that based on the political party that you support. So 2017, most of the people, or maybe because quote unquote they supported the current president now, but then I came second, and because they feel that the president still have the chance, so they want to regroup that they kind of want to know you see. So to come back. So for me, I don't really trust.
So okay. So remember, let me ask you now. So that means you agree with the point that CDC is being discombobulated. Jawia came second. Just like you mentioned, Joseph Baker came second in 2017. They went for the runoff. Jawia won the election. Now, 2023, Jawia came second. And since you said the anger that time, maybe it was largely from Unity Party people, per your exception. So that means, where are the CDC now today?
Good question. So CDC was pulled to test, I think, with that what happened between they and the police officer at the headquarters. That was the first test of the CDC, and they maintained that pressure up to the evening time. So that was the first test. Now, let me be frank here on this platform today. Until CDC can come out and tell you that the protest that we're about to do, it is under the control of CDC 100%, and it failed, then now I will agree with you 100% to tell you that yes, CDC is struggling in this and they are struggling in that. But for people to be hanging on political parties, that's one of the people that we are seeing today. They are hanging around on CDC.
So that means you agree that CDC abandoned for that?
Yeah, maybe I'm coming to the reality, and I think he just got the point that you've been making all through.
CDC is not seeing this fight as a CDC fight to stand for one of their own. CDC now abandoned fanatic cover. Only a handful of people from here and there, from all kind of group, getting together to fight for fanatic cover. But CDC is not really fighting for fanatic cover, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, if it comes to fanatic cover issues, I think that have been far different. Some people, they are not supporting fanatic cover just because they want to be speaker. But
what's the reason of this protest? Why just go back to this protest?
Thank you. The entire protest today, from my own observation, is all about respecting the rule of law. If you want to remove fanatic cover, do it the right way. I think that's why most of the people that went out there today no, that's the fact. Because they are not quote unquote saying, oh, fanatic cover should remain speaker by all costs. No, I don't think that's what they are saying. But I think they are saying that go by the rule of law and let the rule of law be respected. I think that's what they are saying.
So CDC, they don't see the need. They don't see reason to register for the rule of law.
Well,
right? Let's agree now. Because it's either way, either or. Let's say it's either about fanatic cover or the rule of law. But CDC see no need for any of those things at this point. Let's agree that it's not about fanatic cover, it's about standing for the rule of law. So that means it was not this particular protest. CDC in the majority, they stand for the rule of law.
Well, so against Seku, I think we got to be fair enough to have some seditions. Let me be frank.
We talk about majority.
I come in. The point I'm trying to make is
I gotta go anyway. I gotta go back to work. So.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I'm about to
I said I'm gonna be here for 1 hour, so I'll be here for 1 hour. So you and Monk can continue.
All right, wonderful. So the thing I'm saying, Monk, we have to be fair enough to have some seditions because some of them stood tall against their own government. They even voted against their own government when Senator Dawa did not won for the first time. So sometimes it's not because something happened, then you blend everybody together and say, yes, all of you are the same. For me, well, that's the kind of thing that people do. But again, Monk, on this issue today, I don't think the entire day was organized by CDC. No. So according to the government press release, They're there ready for all to discuss CDC issue. 100% we will do it on the show, and we'll tell the Liberian people CDC lapses, and what are some of the things that they fail in, and what are some of the things that maybe that that they achieve. But for today, I don't think we should be wasting most of our time on CDC, because for me, I have CMO. But that's it. Go ahead quickly before I go to the line. And maybe you
For me, I have nothing to say about that. I know it's a politically induced protest led by CDC. They might not put the label on it, but everything smells and it sounds like CDC. They say if it walks like a dog and quacks like a dog, it is a dog. So I mean, you got your own personal view, but I know from what I can see, from what I can observe, is a politically motivated protest. That's why it will never get a result that people desperately seek. Because if you are filing a bill of information, like I said, and you want to talk about the rule of law and you want to go by the Supreme Court, then you cannot be putting people in the street, because that you're contradicting your own move that you're trying to make politically. It's almost like saying, oh, the Supreme Court rule. When we told you that the Supreme Court ruling was more than confusing, people, oh, the Supreme Court ruling fell on the speaker. We said certain things on the show that keep coming to reality, and people just don't want to accept the reality. So for me, I'm not going to waste my time on it. I know you can call for another protest a week from now and call it Rare Wednesday. You will never get a result once the cause is politically motivated. That's why I just want you to understand. So it's not about who go on the street, how many people go on the street. At the end of the day, people are looking to get solution. People want to put their effort into something that will yield a return. In the end, you won't get nothing out of this. It will just bring more chaos. You will just put police in the street. You will kind of frighten even investor from coming to the country, because one of the things investors look at is political stability. You in a country where three guys can sit in the room and take the whole national budget without going through due process, without going by the law. You got a president who can bring yellow machine without going by public procurement law. He could care less. They got people who can just do things that they want to. So why make it think any investor want to come to this country? So you can protest all you want. I know at the end of the day, you will never get any tangible result like we see in other countries, because you are not fighting for just causes. You are fighting to popularize one person. You think that when you can destroy another guy, it plays to your party or your political leader advantage. That's why you will never get a better result. Trust me, you could do the protest again 500 times. You won't get the people that you need on the street to move the needle, because people can sense things. They can observe, they can see, they can read between the lines. You won't get no result. I will stop there for now while you open the line.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Quickly, before I go to the line, I want to ask you this question. Then we close on the line, or maybe then we'll close on our side and go straight to the line. Monk, because with all of the talking that we're all doing today, I want you to clearly tell us who are some of those maybe good people that we have back home that you think you want them to lead the maybe protest in Liberia, apart from politicians who are brave, who think that maybe the only thing they can do is to always talk for the people and use the same people that they talk for. So who do you really think that can really change, or that can take that new direction and say, okay, I'm going to stand up for the people based on my record, based on my good things I've been doing for the country?
Well, I think Sekou answered that question. Maybe you're not paying attention, because it's the very same thing we keep saying from day one. Protests are natural, they are spontaneous, they are for causes, and we keep looking for a hero. That's why maybe our protests keep failing in Liberia, because you don't need a hero to start a protest. Protests originate from ordinary people that come together for common causes all over the world. I didn't see a single politician leading a protest in Kenya. That's why I keep saying there have been protests in recent time, but the one in Kenya, it changed the whole dynamics, because the people that led that protest were the very same people that voted for Roland Ruto. It was his own supporter, not even the opposition. But I never saw one lawmaker among them. I never saw one minister or one pastor. No, it was a spontaneous and a natural protest, because when you increase taxes on people that are already suffering, it has no political labor, it has no religious labor, everybody is affected. That's why they were able to get what they want by putting pressure on the government. Even in depth, they say, you know what, you can kill us, because there are more people that are suffering in Kenya from this particular tax that you put on our regular day-to-day commodities that we use. So I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not looking for a good guy to lead your protest. I'm not looking for a bad guy to lead your protest. I know when the Liberian people come to a stage where they will say enough is enough and they want to change direction, they will do it naturally. I'm not looking for a hero.
Well, thank you. I like that you are not looking for hero, but again, we're going to be brave, or in fact, we will rather stand firm, or in fact, we're going to stand tall in the face of the government. We will not be fighting for a government job. We will not. So please, if you call in, just go straight to the point. We don't want anybody disrespecting any of our leaders here on this platform. We will not use their platform for anybody to come here and disrespect. You go straight to the issues, you talk about the issues, and you just go off the line. Thank you. Let's move on straight to the line and take our first caller. Today's caller, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Bebo. Let me say good evening to Mo from my end. This is David King. I beg your pardon, my brother. Just give it 1 minute, 30 seconds. You know, I need to say this to Mo and Mr. Kane or whatever. You know, CDC, the day we get ready for protests in this country, everybody will know that CDC is out there. But our political leader has said, you did a double advocate. The double advocate today, you know, trying to tell Mo and now Mr. Kane that CDC was tempted by the government and we stood our ground. Where our headquarters were being invaded by the Liberal National Police. We did not, you know, do anything extra. We hold our ground. We kept the police to that level. That's how all of the tail that were using our compound and library, our fire. We hold our ground. But we want to say this: the protest that was done today, it was not the CDC protest, but rather a group of Liberians who have understood that Mr. Parker has come to the presidency with nothing but sheer dictatorship. He has sacrificed all of our laws on a book. There's no law. Our country is a lawless country right now.
All right, thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. 077285961. That's the number to call. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Alison Suma. I'm calling from Sktv-Lib.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
I want to appreciate you people for the topic of discussion this evening. You know, I want to appreciate Okusefu Without for their point of view on this today protest. You know, since I've been listening to the show, really that today I admire Sefu and Without for what he said. You know, how will somebody use you because of their own selfish interest?
Hello. Don't say somebody use you. Article 17 gave people the right to come out and to protest. So go ahead.
Article 17 says that you should assemble, you can assemble to raise all your concerns, your grievances. But you shouldn't do it with anger. Like today, what happened? There was not bad for them to protest today. It's true for a woman protest. But you can protest.
Thank you. To that scholar, you already said the people were used. You don't talk to your own Liberian that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Nivo and President Mo. Yeah, I'm Peter the Council. I come from under the street in Washington. Firstly, I respectfully disagree with Nico and that of President Mo. The protest today was very much successful. This was a protest that was not organized by a political institution, was organized by a civil society group and a concerned and a Liberian. It was not a protest that were organized by and a Kumi, Joseph Wakai, and of the Unity Party, Kumi of the ANC, and a Ben of the ALP and other opposition political parties on June 7th. This was an organized protest by a peaceful Liberian. It was a message was clear and has taken the international wire. The fact that President Mo has sit in America and discussed it today, they say it's a failure. President Mo, and maybe I can really admire how you can really caution and your analysis, on this particular show as compared to people and that of President Mo.
Today's caller, good evening. Forget about people and not everybody have their own rights and view on issues. Go ahead, today's caller. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is James Tumo right from LBS community. So thank you very much. You know, for somebody to sit and believe that what the people went to do out there today is for no cost. I don't know what the person definition for cause. When the only document that we have to hold us together, people from different countries, people from different backgrounds, people who are strong and people who are weak, the only document that will come and unify these people to respect one another when that document is being trampled on by this government, when they get respected from removing people who are on tenure position and define the Supreme Court and removing speaker, still define the Supreme Court. For somebody to think that is of course, I don't know what it means of course now. But that thing when it's all today, for me I wasn't there. But it's just a please to protest. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
I want to thank you, man. I also want to thank Brazilian Monk. My name is Louis. I speak from Bushwa Island.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
For the wonderful analysis. I will speak quick in a few seconds on two issues. Firstly, the rule of law is not being ignored. If you follow the court process, what of fanatic go the 10 times, they covering at the speaker, the lower house, they are going to court. Fanatic just get real information. It's the rule of law that been tested. So people can be going to court and people protesting at the same time. But I'd like to speak to Brazilian Mon. You see the COP protest, John Sewan, John Weah, it was successful because it came from ordinary people. The University of Liberia Soup, the Marketing Association, the COP, political parties stay at the back. What you can do, you can rally the federal interest group, civil society group. You don't put political party leader, former superintendent, former party leader, and faces prominent people. You don't do it. They will kill the intent. Just what President Mon was saying from Kenya. What you do is that you saw what United Party did. The people got tired with them for 12 years. So immediately they couldn't bring. They never had that moral force. So they stay at the back. They rally. You could see Soup. You could see all the interest group there. They were rallying. They at the 11th hour. That way you can do the project later. It is easy to compare about United Party. So you see a lot of SSS. So the very thing she complains, she's different doing it. So
all right, thank you so much. Today's caller, some of you got to move away from your monitor because your line are just so terrible. But go ahead, today's caller, good evening.
Thank you, Mabel, and thanks for providing me the space to form on your show this time. This is the voice of Prince Kolaken, and I phone from District 5. And let me extend my revolutionary tweet to President Mount and Dalava Steven. So they have said it all. You know, as a student of history, I'm told that the speaker had greater impact on the message. So for sedition now, the hierarchy of CDC, for them to come and lecture us on good governance, like I told somebody, for me, I'm not against protestation because it is clear. Article 1, all power is inherent in the people. All free government are instituted by the people. And they can agitate, they can call the attention of the government if they're having there and safety so required. But then, on the flip side, where was their conscience yesterday when people, the same Liberian citizens felt that their rights were being ignored, in fact, their rights were violated. But then we could see counter-protest. It was my first time to have heard the thing they call counter-protest. So are you telling us now that yesterday, the thing that you never grant to those people, it should be given to you today?
But the people that protested today, they are saying that they are not under the umbrella of CDC, though.
So if you look at those people, I listened to one of your sister stations last night. You could hear one representative saying, I will leave the land. And these are, if you look, the faces alone that were heading this protest. I love the question that you posted when it comes to retired suffering rally. I'm a EMC president, but the reason for which I never took part in a rally because if you look at Louis Brown to say retired suffering, the question I ask is he suffering? Those people, you know, in the protest comes from the ordinary people. They can hear result than people that they have been conflicted. If they stay in front, some of us.
All right, my brother, thank you so much. Even though you people don't want to come out until the politicians go out there and maybe sometimes quote unquote brainwash some of you. But let me go to UK and talk to my brother Aki. Aki, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and good evening to Mong. It's so sad that Sekou left the show because he had to go to work. But I think I'm particularly to respectfully disagree with Sekou and Mong based on what they said. I think they just get extra hit for, the CDC. At some point in time, that's why I think because it's very clear. We know very well when Fendela Patrick called for a march on the Capitol protest, It was not a CDC protest, but what CDC did was they endorsed the protest through a written communication. Unlike this protest, I challenged the both of them to search through social media and through our media of communication and point out a single source where they saw the CDC ever endorsed the protest, the CDC as a party. I mean, seditious, former government officials, they are Liberians. They are faced with the reality that whatsoever. If the house is not issue, seditious are Liberians. So if certain seditious or in the hierarchy of CDC who endorse the protest, you can't equate that to a CDC protest. Now, if you really want to test if the CDC lost momentum or not, go and search how many events we've had since the election. George, you are not even in Compton, you're all the way in Dubai. See your birthday. See your birthday, how you want to attend that. Country are playing doing community engagement. See if the people are not turning out. If you really want to see the CDC protest, be patient. But what I want to say is, I don't want to think that the protest was a failure today before many police come out. The police were very tactical. If you observe the June 7 protest, the place where they go back after 2-3 o'clock, go pull out the boat to that very hustle, leave the hustle, grind gun. The police, they underestimated that people were turning. So later when the shop people started turning on, the numbers started getting, huge. What they did was to disperse those who were there to deter other people from coming. Are you giving the people a chance today? By 10, 11 o'clock, for more people to see what was happening, to start tearing up to come. That thing was there, but the police were tactical. That was the tactics they used. The June 7th, the state protest, they go back from 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It was not in the morning. So I don't know what you're talking about. If you want to consider it as a failure, the police were giving them the chance.
All right, my dear. Thank you so much for your part. Yeah, thank you so much. Maurice, Mamadou Dukle to try calling me. Call me. Those of you who in the diaspora, because I know that Mom will not be able to take call. Monk, are you in readiness to take call for now?
No, nope.
All right. So those of you too in the diaspora, you can also call my number. Today's caller, good evening. I'm fine. Thank God for life. Go ahead. Is that my Uncle Brown Tate?
Correct.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Uncle.
Yes, and let me say good evening to good afternoon to Moore and Pickle. So the left field we said he is a renowned journalist, and he always said this. He said, when you draw a caption on the newspaper, they say, what kind of flag muscle? It's a front panel airline. What kind of flag muscle? Then you see what kind of smiling. Then it means that caption is not corresponding. Because when you say flag muscle, it means to count down high.
Yes.
I don't know, cabinet minister or on certain thing. So then you're supposed to be dying a fee. So let's say the protest or the peaceful assembly that happened today. Even though we agree, they should not pronounce it. All the leaders then who are speaking as a spokesperson are total CDC people. You see the situation, you see where draw CDC, there's something. So most of the people who don't even want to see CDC to be promoted, maybe more successful. Seriously, to draw by. But I want to believe, I want to agree with the last caller before I came in. You know, I was listening to radio when the people started coming from Cinco. And actually they were working along with few police people. So people underestimated the crowd. But when they saw the crowd were passing by City Hall coming to Foreign Affairs, and another crowd was coming from Piper, I think the action Polito was a deterrent action. Because had it not been so, the amount of people that would be on that ground today, they were not going to be able to contain that crowd. And you know the president was going there to sign.
Yes, indeed.
So you see the situation. So sometimes, sometimes we underestimate things, and at the end, they will fall in our hand. But I just want to tell our people that they shouldn't be deterred. I want to, thank most of the people that even tell us today. Even next time police will be able to work along with the people. Let's see maybe what the people want to say. And the petition today, they said they were wanting to read, they don't read it. It's just like the same way with June 7, where people read to the Capital building and they were debating who will receive a petition at the end of the day. They don't read a petition, they go in the corner to read it. What happened today?
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uncle. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go to the diaspora. Morris Momodu Dugle. He still off the line, but you're back. Morris, let me say welcome. You are live on the Sktv show.
Let me say good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to you, the panelists who I believe Mong is on there. You know, it's a very sad thing, at the same time chaotic, to see our country continue to go through such a drama. I don't know how to describe this thing because we continue to keep making the same mistakes over and over, and we are getting nowhere. What I was saying, if the person has any business going to the capital today to sign that book of condolence, what did he do the other day? And so the lawmakers are clearing those protests. They didn't just say that some they should have been the strong leader of this protest. Because some of them were just employed yesterday. I don't think that people looking at them to be the leader, the full leader of this protest, send any boost to government Liberia to join this protest. If Liberia want to protest, let them come out and protest. Let now people do the political funds to get the Liberian people out of their benefit. Equally so as we are picking on the government, we should be picking on certain lawmakers that is using it as a political stunt.
All right. Thank you for joining us. All right. Keep the calls coming. Those of you that are in the diaspora, you can also call in. I think my contact, let me see. I think we have the WhatsApp number there. Let me just, okay, good. So those of you back here in Liberia, keep the calls coming. Let me get to the line here.
Diplomatic mission going to Sunday, Boca condolence for the former Vice President John Gray, Ambassador Dignitary. Same 3 weeks they announced they signed the Boca condolence at the Capitol today. Then the message the president postponed it. Can you imagine?
No, I don't think that's what you said.
The dignitaries, the ambassador, the sachet affair, the foreign mission, all going to sign for former Vice President John Gray, the Boca condolence. They might postpone it because of protester. Damn it, man.
All right. So let's call a good evening. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
My name is Peter Fine. I joined from Fogo de Chufo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me respectfully disagree with President Moon when it comes to the issue of the protest in Kenya. The issue of the protest in Kenya, the politician has in it. The vice president was dismissed and part of the charges against him was he supported a protest. He was the end of protest. So in every country and society, there are pressure groups and civil society that can organize protests. The politicians are in the past. We are the old people. For instance, in Liberia now, I hear doctors having press conference saying they want to leave the hospital. Am I capacity there to organize protests? I don't know how to organize protests. It's the politicians who organize us and take us to a protest ground. And let me tell you for a fact, to those of them who are calling saying all the things they are saying, this gave freedom to citizens to protest in the country. And on the contrary, the government now is repressive. They are deployed on Malaysia style government or Kenya style government, which is good because Liberia depend on international people to help. If the partners are seeing them, those kind of artists that are seeing today, people in blood, people being life bullet they use against people. There's a applause for this government. Let them support them continue to clap. Let them continue to demonstrate the see the legacy of the government, what they will show to us as Nigerians at the end of the day. So I like it. If you say this protest didn't succeed, we see the artists. Let us look at the international wire, the picture they carry in the email of Liberia carrying today.
All right, thank you so much. The images that Liberia is carrying today. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening to Steve. My name is Joseph B. Nimble, and I call from Mount Barker to be precise for the Anthony Weather Avenue. I want to say good evening to the best president ever of the Republic of Liberia, in particular, President Yuan Fuaka. I would say good evening to you, it's your Mount Barker, and greet you. And to the issue was, I never knew that they get talented people in this country, like a draw faith. I saw one big name to make someone.
Hello, my young man. You see, that is thing that you can't really be doing all the kind of thing. Look at some of you. Today's caller, good evening. Your brothers and sisters, they go out to go put it, no matter whether it is successful or not. All you do is just encourage and tell them to always do the right thing. Let the police always be, both sides will be peaceful. That's all. You're talking about karate. So June 7, when you were fighting karate, does anybody criticize you for that? Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Used to allow for the people to protest and feed them with food. And this come around, President Joseph Boka with a game stop, with cracking link.
Hello, today's caller, good evening. Keep a call coming 077-285-971. Let me go to the international line and take more calls. Ali Masale, my good friend and brother is live. Ali, good evening.
Yes, neighbor, how are you, my brother?
Well, I'm okay though. Just that Liberia is just stressful every day. If you wake up, another news to another news. But thank God for life.
Yeah, thank you for the show and thank to Brazilian Monday. Yeah, on the protest today, we saw what happened in the country. You see, but something Sekou continue to say that a little bit get me confused. Because he will be like, oh yes, where is CDC? Where is CDC? And now when CDC show up protest again, it become a problem. And I continue to say this. Any protest that will be here in Liberia, one of people for the CDC, they are on that protest and they are not there for every protest that will be here in Liberia. This government CA has got it, okay, that CDC is establishing the protest. They don't want to organize the protest. The other like dirty protests, so they are no people for Unity Party. They put money into this protest. And I know people for Unity Party, they were part of this protest. But this government, anything when it comes to protest in that country, they will say that CDC. And they will go after people. They will be very brutal on people because they know everything in the country now is about CDC. And we continue to say that this is not about CDC. This is about the country. This all making to treat this around bring a campaign. He was like the people they are breaking the law. There is no law in the country. Today, you have become the most longest president in the country. Those people they kill to protect the rule of law, it should be respected. Even though yes, division were there, lawmakers they think, as long said, the face of those people sometimes will make people to say no. I can't be part of the protest. But again, when sedition are not there, people are like, oh, where are the sedition? They're supposed to be the big people on this protest. So sometimes when they get me confused.
All right.
We pray for our country and we pray that Joseph Waka get on the red track to respect the rule of law. Any country will have rule of law. That country is very safe for any investment.
All right, my brother Ali. Thank you, Ali. So every time Sekou can be asking. Wait, so Sekou, I hope that you will come back because Ali is saying that everything can be asking for CDC. Where is the country interested? Today's caller, good evening.
Thank you. Good morning. Sorry. Good evening to you. Good evening to Sekou and your followers.
Yep.
My name is Tufi. I'm Hussein Kewu. I call you from Jacobstown in District 2. Thank you for the following opportunity. I listened to the different analysis and few of the callers. Let me say this. The constitutions and the character of our law, they were very smart enough and had the wisdom. Now let's look at Article 17 and 16 of Liberian Constitution. One talk about freedom of speech, freedom of the press. And I want to talk about peaceful assembly. One of course be aware of the abuse thereof. The same right somebody got to protest. It's the same right you got to move freely in the current landscape of our country. Nobody should impede on our rights. Why the children have to protest but it should be done in conformity with the law. In fact, the organizer, because he is not really protest, the organizer, John J. Barrett, the leaders of most account agree. They were on different platforms challenging the government, training threat to the government and the security part of our country that they're going to move in the street and nobody's going to do. I don't want to use the word on your radio. You see how people become? There were people who were very peaceful that wanted to protest and call and petition that lawmaker. But they turned entirely to a CDC people. This is what you saw. The people didn't turn out, and the few citizens that went there were very violent, arrogant, and defiant. And this is why the police is there for, to protect life and property. Even the protesters, the police are under the obligation to protect the protesters. They are under the obligation to protect non-protesters. And this is what they did. You understand? So this country is for all of us. Why is it we that support the other party? We will try supporting our government. But whenever there are errors, we will say there are errors. But to be honest with you, that project was stage managed. In fact, Janje and the rest of Greece, they escaped the entire thing. They left the ordinary people who left that business schedule to go and protest the fall along the road.
All right, thank you. So the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Information, said this protest was organized by some Liberians. So the press release is out. Go there and get the press release. So for me, you know, if you do it, what they said that you do it. But there were some seditions and there were some United Party or some Liberians, according to the press release. So for me, I'm speaking from the press release. Good evening to this caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead.
I join you from district number 4 to be precise to the community. Yeah, thank you there. Thank you and your panelists. Let me say something. I see United Party people now today on social media, and, you know, congratulating police, beating on citizens, whether it was peaceful or not peaceful. The police is on record. Control, they kill people. The police is on record. They went on the camera and you follow the camera, they put your last stupid. The police is on record. Or at the Capitol building, they beat lawmaker. Today again, they see police. People seeing on social media when they beat people on the beat on protester, and from there they even arrested some of them, refuse to get them justice, get them to I don't know what kind of criminal or whatsoever court, get them to moral center prison. What for? So yesterday they were protesting all around, nobody had issue with them, or you know the party go feel they call for them. I had a thing that they call for them.
Well, thank you to this caller. Good evening. You're not anything into political stuff. That moves straight to what happened. Yeah, go ahead. You will be our last caller who cross over to our team. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Lawrence Spencer. I'm in Johnson.
Thank you, Lawrence, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Liberia becoming a police state, and we all have to continue. What I'm saying, man.
I want to try to even get rid of with the party thing. You're not carrying us anywhere.
Yeah, sure. So we all have to condemn the action of the police. And for me, I think what many persons in going to know or not taking note of, the police will continue to be brutal when it comes to the capital hill situation, because the quote-unquote majority of law are regarded now as super lawmakers. Because why? The executive is clearly supporting them. Some of them are new today that they were going to be a violent situation, because Fafoko and others, I know their intention as well. They wanted to disrupt the budget hearing today. So the executive obviously with that shit there, clearly that they are supporting the majority black for the level of Foko and other people to go to Capitol building and destroy the process. So I knew fully well today that we're going to see this chaotic situation. But I think the executive should take a better approach, because we don't want our country to be going to chaos. Some of us, we support the other better candidates around here. It's so sad that we have a gullible state. Okay, Mr. Kumis, we maintain, we are not the best person to run this country. All you do the country in chaos today, we are there all different path.
Wonderful. Thank you, my dear brother. That's there where for me, that's there where my child talk is going, because there are other Liberians who are not, or who quote unquote they are not part of any political party. So according to the government of Liberia, the government of Liberia says there's no live bullet were fired during protests staged by some Liberians around the Capitol building on Tuesday, as reported by some media entities. So that's the press release coming from the Ministry of Information, that this protest was staged or was put out or was organized by some Liberians, quote unquote, whether they come from Unity Party, they from CDC, or they from ANC. But the government is telling us that they are. But Mark, let go. What's your take on all of the callers?
I'm just here listening to callers, and I mean, I'm kind of enjoying the conversation. You know, Melbourne, you have a choice to believe what you want to believe, and people, that's just why it is. That's democracy. People have their right to exercise their own franchise, and that's it in politics. The one thing that I know, at Labrampo, we are kind of a certain group of people that analyze things. I don't know the way how we can analyze things. It's kind of a strange and funny, right? You created this illusion in Liberia that there are only two political parties that exist: Unity Party and CDC. That no other party is even relevant. That they can't even reach to 1%. But when you go out to a political protest, when you can meet the normal threshold, then somehow you were expecting the other irrelevant party to be the one that's supposed to give us success from a protest. Like, do you think I'm stupid to buy into that narrative? No. You guys were the one that organized that protest, but people believe, that's why I keep telling you, politics is showmanship and an optical game. People believe that the prominent folks that show up in that protest were all sedition, from lawmakers to the leg of Calasco. They are not dumb. So what you say, it was organized by ordinary Liberians. We ordinary Liberians. You believe that there are only two political parties. Look, listen to one of your callers. He said they doing the attire suffering rally. It was all about Louis Brown. In his mind, he believed that when they say attire suffering, which means everybody in the country should be suffering. So if a guy like a Louis Brown shows up for him, he's not going because Louis Brown is not suffering. You see the kind of a mentality we're talking about in our country? He assumed that just because the protest name is attire suffering, he believed that everybody in Liberia should be suffering, including those that are spearheading the protest. That's the only way. Look, we got a long way to go. That one thing I know. The one thing I'll keep saying on the show, whether people like it or not, they can put their feelings, they can put their political sentiment into it. At the end of the day, I know there was a politically motivated protest disguised as the name of, disguised under the auspices of protecting democracy and violating the rule of law. I don't understand how people understand they call rule of law. The very same rule of law that gave you the right to protest is the very same rule of law that protects security apparatus to enforce the law when people crosses the line. So that's why I keep telling you, when you want to interpret the Constitution, don't be picking and choosing among provision. Read it. Even the Supreme Court said it. Read it in its totality to get an idea as to what the framework of the law meant. So if you think you can take a snippet or screenshot or segment of the Constitution that appeal to your emotion and think that how the law works, then so be it. I want causes. I want better causes. The only protest I will support in Liberia for a genuine cause, and that genuine cause, it has no political implication. Whether I'm a political leader or someone who got interest in politically, whether they are in party or not, I could care less. I am telling you, until the people get a sense, until they can reach this threshold that you are fighting for just causes, you won't get the result that you need from protest. And sometimes I tell you, it's easy to speak than to listen. Listening is a skill, because when you are an active listener, you're not only interested in hearing words, you want to understand what people are trying to say, the message they are trying to get through. When I made mention of the Kenyan protest, I never told you say that. One of the callers made that. I think even the people that commented, I never told you say that politicians were never part of the protest. I said they were not the face, they were not the main one that organized the protest. Yeah, it's possible when you go into protest, some lawmakers will join you. That's regular thing. I am just saying that was a natural, it was a spontaneous protest. And the difference of that protest is it never came from the opposition. Melbourne, think about me putting you in power. And I'm coming back to say, you know what? Even though I'm the one that put you in power, but you are proceeding on the wrong trajectory. That was separated Kenya protest from any other protest in recent memory, because it was the people that supported the president that staged that protest, not the opposition. Even though some opposition members joined them in the protest, but the meat and potatoes of that protest came from the very same people that made the president president. That's the difference, and that's something you can never do in Liberia, and I don't expect you guys to do it, because for you, politics and your political leader is all that matters for you or to you. So you will never get a result that you want. In every protest, you can go back and call another protest Bloody Wednesday or Green Tuesday. You will not get no result, because for you, everything is politically motivated. You cannot think past your feeling. You think that whenever people talk about the better governance, the first thing that comes to your mind, how your political party can benefit from it. And that's where the problem is in Liberia. So, like I said, I will repeat this statement. The petition is that yeah, go ahead, Mabel.
Yeah. So, Mark, do you think maybe protest is the way forward for us as people? Because you all those years we've been having protests, series of protests from 2006 up to now, we're moving anywhere. The same group of people who will be maybe leading some of the protests. When they come to power, they may become worse. Like I start to read through some of the memory of some of the current government officials. Go and see their posts, but then their way of encouraging people to go out there to protest that the government was terrible, government was there. Today, they are the one now sinking, telling people that protest is not necessary. So do you think protest will really help Liberia?
Maybe when politicians make a decision or when they are about to legislate or to pass certain policy, that's why they got opinion polls. They want to get an idea as to how the populace is going to perceive their action or which step the people are going to take. In the case of Liberia, these guys understand our border politics. They know exactly how our people will react. So for that reason, they are not even inclined to even respect the will of the people. Like I said, one time we're on the show, one guy made a very profound comment. He said the problem in Liberia is the people who elect politicians don't respect themselves, and the politicians don't respect the people that put them in power. That was one of the most powerful statements. I think we repeated that statement on the show maybe 10 different times. That's why it is. Yeah. So it's not about who's in power. It's not about who in power. It's about the reaction of the people that put you in power. Remember, how many times we talk about constitutional violation in this administration or even the previous administration? How many times we talk about the violation of the Constitution from your budget to the monies getting missing from all the critical institutions, from the central bank, from the finance ministry? How many of them were interested in listening to those GSC reports, even though Sktv broke them down one day after another from one entity to another entity? Who cares? Matter of fact, when they come on this platform, they attack you more than even the things that affect them. So you want me to believe that Joseph Boakai is going to change his behavior or his attitude because somebody believes in a sluggish economy or because they believe in bad governance? No, the people are not there yet.
So, Mark, we got to go. We want to say to all of our viewers and that of our listeners, we want to say thank you to all of you.
I think we'll cross the time.
We're already on the clock, on our dot, so we got to go, Mark. Thank you so much, and thank you to all our viewers. Good night on our end here in the U.S. or around the world. Thanks to all of you, our Sktv following me. Liberia is all we have. We got to disagree to agree. At the end of the day, that put Liberia first. Thank you and good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the from them. So welcome and life with African.
I live
Master.
Le Paris ou avec you, I can't ask it if you been you. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma yamo. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyari na ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
developer and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the club. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.